That is a dream goal.
They found it. They finally found the goal they were looking for.
What a finish that is. Do not scratch your eyes. This is really happening.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome into Game and Frame. We are at Owl Hollow in Staten Island as Richmond County FC will host Pancyprian Freedoms in the APSL Metropolitan Conference as we are in the last Saturday of March the 28th. We will get kicked off here just after 8 p.m. for Richmond County. They have won 2 in a row and 4 of their last 5. That 5th match was back in January. That was the last game of the first half of the season at Makeup versus New York International FC when they won 4-2. Their work here in the month of March, another 4-2 win as they hosted Zoom Schneider back on the first weekend of March the 8th. Then the next weekend at Lansdowne, that was their one and only loss recently, 2-1, but a better result even in a loss at Lansdowne. And again, those last 2 games versus Leros SC, higher than them in the table. That was a 3-0 clean sheet. Very good work there from Richmond. And they did defeat Central Park Rangers just 6 days ago, 6-0. So in the last 2 matches, they are at a 9-0 goal advantage. Their overall record is 6-3-6. That's 15 matches so far. They are a -6 goal differential, but are 7th out of 12 in the table after finishing 10th last season. They're trying to, of course, stay up in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. They're 8 points behind Hoboken for the 4th and final playoff spot. For Pancyprians, they are 6 out of their last 7 with wins. Specifically here, going back 1 game before they last played Richmond, that was on November the 2nd when they won at Leros in a 4-3 thriller. 2 weeks later, on the 16th, they did defeat Richmond in the reverse fixture when they hosted 4-1 win. James Tristino, who is starting tonight for Pancyprians, had a hat trick, and then George Gantilis had an 89th minute goal for the 4th. I should note that as Amir Islami had the first goal of that match for Richmond in the 14th minute, but again, a 4-1 result last time, or the one time these 2 teams played this season. Of course, you play everyone twice. They then beat Nyack 4-1 at the end of November. In the second half, they are 1-3 of 4, defeating New York International 4-0. There's a clean sheet. They did drop points to Vistula Garfield 2-1 on the 14th of March, but the last 2 matches we had them their last 2 matches we had them here on Game and Frame at Central Park Rangers when they won 3-1, and then at Hoboken FC, another 3-1 scoreline for Pancyprians. They, with that victory, jumped Hoboken from 4th to 3rd. They are now a point ahead on 30 points, Hoboken at 29. So they're 3rd out of 12 in the table. They are 10 wins and 4 losses. They actually have not had a draw in 14 matches on the season. We know Pancyprian success. They have finished top 2 and winning 2 of the last 3 regular seasons in the APSL at the top of the table. Richmond will attack to our right in a orange kit with black numbers and black shorts. Pancyprians in their usual blue kits with white numbers to our right. For Richmond, Ronald Golder is in goal for them. A back 4 of Musa Diarra there at left back. Yassin Henare, right back, with Armando Guarnera and Timothy Kane as the 2 center backs. The 3 midfielders of Peterson, La Rosa, and Brian Curliu, with Agbula Emmanuel in front of them at the 10. The front 3 striker, Mark Shatterston, who's been with the club for many years. Amir Islami, the 1 goal scorer against Pancyprians in the other match, on the right. And then Jojo Favard on the left, as they've had the possession here to start Richmond. For Pancyprians, in goal, Josh Levine, as we go through their lineup. Konstantin Donalais at the right back, Liam Gusky on the left. Center backs, Thomas Gray and Devin Hainu. It's been a usual partnership for them at the center back spot. There are 6 Ricard Cedarberg, with the center mids in front of him, Jordan Bailan, and then the attacker, Joseph Holland. Their front 3, Mans Sabo at striker, with his winger Sebastian Ruiz to his left, as we've got a foul on Pancyprians. Right winger James Tristino, who we mentioned had a hat trick in their first matchup. First free kick for Richmond, and that will go straight away outside Pancyprian's bench. This is Gusk. Hainu on the left, Gray on the right. Gray looking to get rid of a long ball. He's found a runner, Tristino, down the right. He's behind the back line for a moment. Tristino goes down in the box. And now a late whistle. It's called a penalty. An early penalty call as Tristino got in behind the back line. That was Henare, the right back, who has left some space with James Tristino there causing a penalty. And Pancyprians has a massive chance, of course, to start in the 3rd minute already. They're going to have a penalty look against Golder. We'll see who takes it. So the first real part of possession for Pancyprians leads to this penalty. It's Jordan Bailan stepping and slotting it in very nice and cool to the right side as Pancyprians gets off to an early lead. Inside 3 minutes, they lead 1-0 on the road against Richmond. Sorry, that was Joseph Holland, number 8. It's Holland's first goal of the season. Stadiston trying to make a run. It's Hainu covering ground. Guarnera. There's a push. This is Carleo. It's the first touch for Kane. Some pressure for Pancyprians. Backing up Laros. Henare a little bit behind Carleo. He's kept it. Stepping up Guarnera. Floating one behind. Stadiston is offside. Look to make a run again. This is for Ruiz. And finding it first there is Hinare. Kane asked to clear. It's low. Turned over. Floated into the box once more. It'll wrap around for Ruiz. Push to his right foot. And he slices it well wide. And that will ultimately go out as a throw. Doesn't even make it to the goal line. Ruiz trying to lay. Gusk, 18 here. He's trying to slip it at the edge of the box. Picked by Richmond. Emmanuel. Favard. Maybe they can find some stretch here with the counter. Richmond. Corner. Favard, some contact. Becomes a corner for Richmond. In. That was contacted first there by Cedarberg. Throw now on our side. Hinare to throw. Schnadsten backing down. We're trying to shoot from a very tight angle. It goes right behind. Goal kick for Levine. On the bounce, Tristino. He's forced backwards. Cedarberg clipping. Foot in by Diarra. Tristino with his back to goal. Again, 1-0 lead early from a Joseph Holland penalty kick. Ruiz. Bailon taking space in front of him. Ruiz, one-on-one. Watched by LaRose. Big switch. Ruiz. His touch led him into some pressure. Ruiz trying to turn. And he's going to be one-on-one and a lot of opportunities. Ruiz fakes cross with the right. Blocked. Henare. Who's the last off of? It's given to Richmond. Henare throw up the line. Gusk hits it off of his own teammate, Bailon. Can LaRose pick it? Still in play thanks to Gusk. Ismaili. Emmanuel, great pass from the back. Emmanuel drifting wide against Gray. Step overs, more. Emmanuel, goal line, and working back is Tristino. Kane tangling with Sabo, and he's called for a foul. Wrapping his arms around Sabo. Ruiz with his hand in the air. Let's see if he's seen. Here he is. That was Alias who started the free kick. Rose turning around. Now we'll settle to Guarnera. It was watched by Tristino. Gray. Ruiz. Now as the pass was lateral. Holland, the goal scorer. Looking for Tristino. Diarra defending. This is Favard, 24. Carleo. Facing Cedarburg. Emmanuel. Guarnera here is well advanced from center back. Outside of his foot. Favard again. Big switch. Gusk, header. Will Ruiz keep it in? He does. Cedarburg. Gray again looking, or excuse me, that is Denalius, excuse me. Gusk. A little walk by is Miley, who's trying to challenge him from behind. Bailan. Ruiz, a little bit of space and on the run. That dribbled off of the turf, wasn't a clean pass. Larose. Outside of his foot is Smiley. Good touch to set him up. Carleo. Could be a 4-on-3 for Richmond. Favard. As Pancyprians get some numbers back. Favard, not pressured. Emmanuel in a pocket. Carleo now acting as a left back. Carleo, ball in, that's low and easily cleared by Gray. Hainu, plenty of space for Gusk now with Ruiz. He'll give support. And now an overlap. Ruiz calls in Gusk. Ball in the center, brought down, blocked. That was Holland. Blocked by Guarnera. Favard has to get out of pressure. Golder up to an empty left wing. Gray keeps it in play. Denalius. They've got it back to Ruiz's feet. Ismaili. Ruiz easily around him. There's fade on that ball. Denalius. Punched back out by Richmond. That's too far in front of Carleo. Holland, right side. Denalius. Pumped. Sabo. Was blocked again, and there's a slight pull down. Gusk on Ismaili. Henare. Lacoste. Favard. Not able to be dynamic. Tristino's helped out a couple times defensively. Sabo, contact with Garnera. Referee waves it off. LaRose. Henare. Carliu comes here, as well as Islami. Bailan, wearing the captain's armband. Long ball, it's low to Tristino. He's found him. Garnera's there. Garnera puts a foot in. Tristino still has possession, but he stopped his forward momentum. Holland, middle. Not allowed to turn to the right foot. Favard. Donales trying to keep the ball in this half. Shadston trying to hold the ball up. Can't do so. Between Gusk and Ruiz. Holland. Gray. Big switch. That's a great pass. Ruiz right at the corner flag. Henare defending. Ruiz low. Holland's got room. Holland fakes a shot. Left foot. And then Sabo, his teammate, ran into his path. And it is pointed at for a goal kick. Kane walks into midfield. Islami turns, fights through. Here comes Islami. And not past Gray. Went through a couple for Pancyprians. Cedarberg, he's now got Carlillo on his hip. LaRose, it's clean. Gusk. Ruiz. Running out of real estate there, Pancyprians. Carlillo, and he's fouled after the pass by Cedarberg. Richmond want a yellow card here. It's just going to be a normal foul call. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Gonna get a new ball here. LaRose, still a little discomfort as he's up. LaRose, left-footed, goes low. It's Garnera. So they decided not to put a ball in the box. Favard. Or this is Favard. That was Diarra. Favard. Now a ball comes in. That's too short for Islami. Sabo up against LaRose. Kept it. Carlillo. LaRose. Watched by three. LaRose, some contact from Holland, now tries to spin. And they ultimately get the whistle here in favor for Richmond. Favard lining it up. 4 in orange at the edge. Favard, deep. Low volley out. Emmanuel. Henare. About to get to the halfway point of our first half. Favard from Gornera. Sprinting behind Schnadstein. Quick Curleo. But it's a throw for Pancyprians. Bailon back to Gusk. Hainu as Pancyprians get out of some pressure. Now look right side. Gray. Missed by Sable because it's perfectly on line for Ruiz. Hainari and LaRose there to defend him. Ruiz, byline, left-footed, across the front and caught in the chest by Holder. Guarnera. Schnadstein. Islami in middle. A Meg of Cedarburg. And no foul. Ruiz peeling off wider. Pass from Gusk. Holland, excuse me. Bailan. They've gone left to right now. Denalius. Cedarburg, left-footed. Ruiz. Pushed out. Cedarburg. Just recycling here, Pancyprians. Stachton's now dropped in, defending. Cedarburg, not allowed to turn. Islami, as Cedarburg didn't pick up his shoulder in time. Stachton, as Levine was originally off the line. Now he's run into Hainu. And Pancyprians will keep it. Hainu, low for Ruiz. Just tapped it back. He was closed by LaRose as he had received the ball. Cedarburg, is Holland onside? Now the flag. Took a little bit there to raise it, but Holland was offside. Henare. LaRose. Stadstein. Is he fouled there by Hainu? Holland's gone down as well. A lot of disagreement. Both Stadstein and Holland are upset. Of course, we could see the call here that it's a foul on Stadstein. Now, this is the first time the referee has really had a full-on discussion with players about complaining of calls. Bailan. This is Gusk. They get out of there, Pancyprians. Gray. Denalius. They force a turnover, Richmond, but spoke too soon just for a moment. Tristino. Space for Ruiz. Ruiz, will he go at it one-on-one against LaRose? Overlap, Gusk, box, chipped, back post, over two for Pancyprians. Bailan, blocked. That was Curliu with the block. And now a bad foul with his back to goal from Diarra. No need to push down Bailan, and he did so for a free kick upcoming for Pancyprians. They had dealt with the initial cross. Holland over, cross in, headed back against the grain. So Richmond work with the free kick. That long ball was a little short. Bailan is in the back as the center backs are forward because they were there in the box with the free kick. So Pancyprians will have to reset. Sajstin. Guarnera. Low for Emmanuel. Favard. Emmanuel running in front of him. Favard doesn't play. Guarnera. Henare. LaRose. Curliu. Holding up Holland. Guarnera gave it up to Tristino. Tried to pull him. Has Ruiz on the opposite side. Up against Kane. Tristino. Good one-on-one defending in space by Kane. Stopped the counter, but they haven't held onto the ball. Cederberg and Bailan. That was a dummy, it looked like, from Tristino into Golder. This ball is going to bounce out of play. It was actually right on the line before going off. Looks like Islami has gone to striker. Snatchton will play right wing. So they've made a little bit of an adjustment. Emmanuel is also in the front in terms of where they're sitting in on the defensive press. Gray in front of Bailan, given up. LaRose. Guarnera, who's always looking to move into midfield on the dribble. Favard. Left wing. Up against Don Elias. Sabo. Don Elias. Just has to keep it. Holland. Holland outside of his foot. Continued the run from his right back. And that's almost good work by Diarra. Holland, can they find a finish? And it's turned in by Sabo. Clinical there for Pancyprians on the counter. And it wasn't a traditional looking, smooth going, fast break. But either way, they turn it into the net for 2-0. As it's finished off by the striker, Sabo. His first goal of the season for Pancyprians. 32nd minute of the first half. And Pancyprians now more in control with the 2-0 lead. Hinare trying a turn there was Emmanuel. Stood up by Bailan and out. Guarnera. Good switch. Curliu brought it down against Daniels. Goal line. Right in front. Goes through everyone. LaRose doesn't have the angle to shoot. Back in. Just flicked wide by Snadstein. It's out of play. It did go out. He just had to direct it with his right foot, and it was almost too much for placement as he missed it just wide of the left post. He had all the space against Levine and could have been 2-1. So it remains 2-0. Gusk. Ran into Henare. LaRose holding. Guarnera. Guarnera maybe trying to do too much. Islami. Guarnera. LaRose. Hinare, Snadstein. Cleared by Lon. He wanted to play it off of Snadstein. Pancyprians thought he had done so. Emmanuel, will he shoot? He does. Blocked right back by Gray. Curliu. Kane. LaRose. Big diagonal. Islami. Wanted to slip in past the edge of the box. LaRose. Hinare. Snadstein runs in front of him. Emmanuel. Pancyprians will push him back out. LaRose curling it around Sabo. Guarnera. Step 2 by Tristino. Curliu. Now on a give and go to Guarnera. Down the line. Favard. LaRose. LaRose, again diagonal. Favard punched it up on a first time. Oh, that was Diarra, sorry. Been getting confused with Diarra and Favard on the left. Kane, tangled. Sabo now pulling Kane, and it's foul on Sabo. Now the referee's going to go over and speak to his assistant. Will he go with the linesman's call, as the flag did point in the direction of Richmond, and it is now given to Richmond. I think that's Favard, who's still down about 20 yards from the right goal. Let's see if Favard is just got a little knock or if he's really injured. I think he's just going to walk it off here. There's no one ready to substitute in for Richmond right now, and they're obviously not going to play with 10. Henare. Cornera. Almost found the run. Holland. Gray. Distributing Bailan. He's got two there. Tristino. And then a miss by Diarra. Donaleus. Challenging. And fouling. More games to follow this weekend tomorrow. After we finish up here in Game and Frame tonight. Check out those two matches tomorrow here on Game and Frame. Given away again, Tristino. Is he fouled by Curliu? No flag from the assistant, as Tristino's looking for a foul. LaRose. Favard now switching with Stadstein, both wingers. So Stadstein now on the left, Favard right near us on the right. Holland. Gray. That's on the run. Diarra, header into Golder. Guarnera. Last two or three passes here from Pancyprian is looking long. Giving up Cedarberg. Tristino ran over it. Holland tried to set himself up. Great tackle by Kane. Emmanuel. Favard. Pushed off by Gusk. Guarnera. Schnadston. He's first touch on the left. Donaleus defending. Stadstein cuts it back. And Islami went for a run to the near post instead of staying central. Ruiz. Calmly, but it gave away a corner. And Ruiz has gone down. Was he contacted by Favard? Ruiz is still not up to his feet. He's not putting too much pressure on the lower portion of his right leg. He's hobbled. 2-0 with this corner coming up. The end of the first half. LaRose in. Right there, headed. Came back. That was probably hit by Bailan. Diarra was the closest for Richmond. Ruiz. Can Favard get Ruiz off the ball? Levine. Now Stadston will run at him, and Levine puts it in the middle. Donelius. Holland. Fizz from Bailan into Ruiz. Gusk charging behind. Ruiz poked. And here is Gus now after the tackle. Cedarberg. Referee's right there. Did good to get away from the ball. Gray. Diarra stepped in front of the ball. Curleo. Islami. Who's at the striker? Islami. For Stadston. Wide. Onside. Out by Gray. Stadston again. Tackle, Tristino. Back to Pancyprians. Ruiz, too heavy. See there, he wanted to take it in on the run. He's upset with himself, frustration as it was hit too hard off the top of his foot. Exactly 60 seconds to go in the 45. Guarnera. Too far. Gray. No time given here at the end of the first half. 2-0 for Pancyprians. Holland from the penalty spot. And then Sabo at the end of a counterattack for Pancyprians. Has a 2-0 lead after 45 minutes here at Owl Hollow. And the playoff spot holders, Pancyprians, looking for another win to keep their streak going. It would be 3 in a row for them. They got 45 minutes to do it. Richmond have 45 minutes to get back what they did last year, a 2-2 draw against Pancyprians in their home match. We'll be back after halftime here on Game in Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
We're back for the start of the second half between Richmond and Pancyprian. Of course, they have switched sides. We'll, of course, let you know with substitutions as the half goes on. Looks like we do have a change for Richmond. This is Emmanuel. Off the back of Donelius. Curleo. It is 16 Alan Kepetinovich who's in for Richmond as they've made a change. Here's big sprint now coming for Ruiz. He puts it in space. Sabo, as that drifted short. And Curleo gives away a corner. So Genare came off as the right back. They've made a change the back line. And Kapentinovic has gotten into midfield. There was a push and cleared up in the air by Guarnera. LaRose. Kapentinovic right here at the touchline. Kane. Roberto Giuffre and Kamal Burkanovic are the two now left on the bench for Richmond. Offside is Bailan. Diarra. Tall left back here for Richmond. Kapentinovic. Good diagonal. It's Emmanuel, who's now at right back. Over and out. Just about 4 minutes into the second half. Donelius. Step inside. Cederberg. Holland, as Ruiz is screaming for it on the far side. Closed. Diarra. Schnadstin. Soft chip. It's offside. They'll let it play. Kapentinovic. Emmanuel. Target was Islami. Islami. Touched by Pancyprian's out, but they didn't want to give away a corner down in the far corner. Curliu. Tight space here for Richmond. Sabo trying to hold it up. Out, last off of Pancyprians. And a player has gone down for Pancyprians. Right in the box, it is Sabo. Helped to his feet by his keeper, Levine. And he seems all right. Now a player down holding his foot for Richmond as Pancyprian has the ball. Couldn't see from over here where the contact came in. This is a longer injury timeout. Have a drop ball. Curliu. Back heel, that was a good trick. Favart, or this is LaRose, sorry. Does well to get it out. Kapitanovic. Intercept. Chest pass. Holland to send Tristino. Contact with Diawara. Tristino shrugs him off. Now chipping for Donaleas. It's Kane defensively. Holland. Ruiz. Gusk. Donaleas. Good pass for Holland. Checking his spot. Holland, low. Guarnera behind on the slide. And Guarnera may have extended himself a little bit into some discomfort. He's slow to his feet, but he's all right. Corner, but not allowing the ball to get through there, Guarnera. Still waiting on a ball. Now finally for Holland. Right wing corner for Pancyprians. Out. Might have been touched by Hainu first. Stadstin. LaRose. Can he send Islami? He's one-on-one against Gusk. Islami, as Pancyprians retreats. Islami holding. Now a good foot in by Gusk. Throw, but they've stopped momentum on the counter after the corner. Favard. Curleo. Almost from Kepetovic. Kepetovic again. First with the chest. Stadstin right at the edge. Kepetovic curls it. Levine trying to, or now he just faked out, was going to save it, and then thought better to just have a goal kick. 12 minutes played in the second half.
Benny! Like first Laros. When we attack, try to hold the width. Yep. I know.
Is Holland onside? He is not. We're going to have a change for Pancyprians. First sub for them. Or actually, we're not going to yet have the sub. Curleo, spin move. LaRose goes in against Holland, no foul. Stadstin header down. Islami. Sabo kicks it back out. Ruiz just out of the reach of Tristino. Diarra. Big strides. Emmanuel. Guarnera. Favard. LaRose. Ran into two defenders. Gusk. That's too short. Favard takes it off the chest. We'll try a long-range shot. And off the crossbar for Favard. What could have been an unbelievable goal. Levine had just gave it a look. I think he thought that was going over the top. And dipped off the crossbar. So close there for what would have been an incredible way to make it 2-1. Diarra, good transition defense. Favard. This is Kane. Diarra. Emmanuel in front of him. Close to a very good turn from Emmanuel, but it's Bailan supporting his right back. Now great weight to Sabo. Diarra, a little clumsy there, just slightly. Give away a foul. Just hitting the backside of Sabo's ankle. Now we will have a change for Pancyprians. Finally with that first sub. It's going to be Holland. Believe we heard Moreno is coming in for Pancyprians. Juan Martinez Moreno, who if he replaces Holland will be at the number 10. Bailan, back post, header right at Golder. It was a free header for Don Elias, and he put it right in the center. Made it easy for Golder. If he goes to either side, that's 3-0. Marina wearing kit number 20 tonight. Cedarburg. Gray. Pulled by Shadston. Foul. Gray goes across Gusk. LaRose. Snatchins up by himself between Hainu and Gray. Levine. Is that going to go out? And it will. Mistake by Cedarburg. Diarra throw. LaRose. Cornera. Good touch. Kapatovic. Favard, one-on-one. Will he shoot? No. Islami was going to let it go. Kane. Kapitanovic. Middle. Schnadston. Islami. Will he get a shot off? Islami pushed wide. Is it a goal kick or a corner? Corner kick is the call from the assistant. 64th minute now. Still 2-0. Same scoreline as we had at halftime. It's LaRose to service the corner. Whistle. LaRose. Header first by Bailan. And Ruiz hits it to an open side. Still Richmond possession. Favard. Tristino. Backing up was Guarnera. And now Kapitanovic doing good work to help out his center backs. He'll drop back to pick it off of the feet of Golder. Islami. Some contact there. Gusk. Wedges. LaRose. Guarnera. Can they shift the play? Emmanuel. Great pass from Guarnera. Emmanuel. Inside shot. Took a little spike there off the turf, but into the hands of Levine for a save. Here's Moreno. Cedarberg. Donelius, your right side for Pancyprians. Hainu. Now with his right foot to Gusk. Levine bombs it up. Kane steps in front for the header. Sabo. In front of him, Moreno. Just dragging him out there was Guarnera, who's been so good on defense for Richmond. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro Design and worn by you. Now it looks like a back five here for Pancyprians. Nicolas Cifuentes Diaz is in, number 6 for Pancyprians. Second substitution for Pancyprians. Cedarberg, Moreno, and Bailan midfield. Sabo and Ruiz up top. So Tristino taken out. Leading goal scorer for Pancyprians this season. Curliu. Guarnera. So now it's Hainu, Gray, and Dilianis as a right center back now. Good feet. Favard. Too close to Levine. Moreno lets it go into his path. LaRose just out of play here. .21 minutes to go. Curliu out for Richmond. 2 subs now for them. Sabo backing down. Diarra. Cedarberg. Shift though. Gave it up. Emmanuel. Get it back from Kepentinovic. Emmanuel allowed to walk in! And just wide for Emmanuel. That ball felt like it took forever to make its way towards the goal line. And just reaching there was Levine. And a very good hit for Emmanuel. Doesn't hit the target. Here's first touch for Roberto Geoffrey. Geoffrey on for Richmond. That was the last substitution. The latest, I should say. Missed by Diaz. Went through him. The awarded throw to Pancyprians. Sabo. Levine. Diaz. In play. Touchline. Right wing. Moreno calling for it. Gray. Gray. Cedarburg in space in the middle. Diaz. Moreno. Further down the line, Diaz. Joffrey defending. Sabo. Outside the box here. Ruiz. Pass through. Offside is Sabo. Goal will not count. Guarnera buzzing by Ruiz, but cut by Gusk. Cedarburg trying to check the run of Ruiz. Good defending again. This is LaRose, the midfielder for Richmond. Last hit Emmanuel. Moreno. See, he's tucked in here. He played winger for the most part, but has been put as a center attacking midfielder for Holland tonight. Cedarburg. Down the line. This is Ruiz. Not losing track of him, Emmanuel. Quick throw. Gray. Picks out Moreno. And then Kapetanovic picked it off his foot. Favard, slow for it. Got it right back from a touch by Islami. Favard in front of Schnatteston was Donelius. Kapetanovic, Schnatteston. To the side netting behind. About to be in our last quarter of an hour. Ruiz. Stopped by Emmanuel, throw in. Emmanuel. Can't get a ball here in the final third correct yet for Richmond. Still being shut out. New York International plays Zoom Schneider tomorrow at 11 a.m. Also in this APSL Metropolitan Conference. Two teams towards the middle of the table. And then Pancyprians will have them again next week on April the 2nd, or that's Thursday, versus Hoboken again, as they just played last weekend. They'll be in action again, APSL Metro. And now Guarnera, they're bringing down Bailan. Is he going to get or it was a foul before that, excuse me. Again, Pancyprian's upset at the call. Kapitanovic. Too far to shoot. Header first, Pancyprians. Favard. Couldn't get to it in the second. Islami. Emmanuel. Diarra pushes left. Strong shot that was blocked off the backside of Gray. Joffrey. Emmanuel fakes left foot. Couldn't get to his right. Again, stopped by Pancyprians. Sabo. They get numbers back, Richmond. Moreno, though, might step away. Ruiz dragging himself onside. Ruiz has three with him in attack. Moreno. And Richmond do a good job there. Kapitanovic. Head up. That ball was short. Stadston. Kapitanovic. Faces. Favard. Forced back as he stepped to by Gray. Guarnera. Good 1-2. Emmanuel. Favard. Wanted a cross. Diarra. Kapitanovic. That's in front of Emmanuel because it hit the foot of Cedarburg now. Ruiz doesn't have a ton of numbers. It'll be a throw for Pancyprians. Emmanuel got the second. Islami trying to run away from Hainu. Islami. Pass. Back there is Bailan helping out his back line. 11 minutes to go. Islami, edge of the box. Hainu trying to keep a goal kick, and he has. Gray, as they go possession after the goal kick. Keeping numbers up high, Richmond. Guarnera missed it, and Ruiz is behind. It's 3-on-2 for Pancyprians, and the pass is not there for Pancyprians. Ruiz with a rare mistake. Joffrey. Keeping it for Richmond. Diarra. Favard pushed. Dinelius had started the push, but Richmond will move it left to right. Guarnera. LaRose. Box. Diaz. Islami. Can't collect it. And then he fouled Now is going face to face with Hainu, and there's a shove. Islami. The assistant comes in, and a yellow card to Islami for that after the play. Alex Palas, number 17, was brought in for Sabo at striker for Pancyprians. LaRose goes to get it back. And now a late whistle. Diarra is not going to get a yellow card for arguing. I don't know if he's going to show one to LaRose for the original foul. Half of Richmond's team now wants a word with the referee. And now, so that's 2 yellows. LaRose and Diarra, 3rd overall. I think they were upset with just how late the whistle was. We're inside 8 minutes now. About 7.5 before any added time after 90. Diaz. That's a high hand from Kepentinovic. Play on. Favard keeps the ball momentum going. Emmanuel. LaRose. Kepentinovic. Diaz missed it. Got enough of the top of the ball to slow it down, at least. Levine. Palace. Having there to communicate in the middle, Richmond. They've done so. Guarnera. Islami and Emmanuel. Looking towards the box. No ball in yet. Emmanuel. So at the edge of the box. Still not in. LaRose. Pancyprian's being hard to break down. Kepentinovic. Joffrey. Favard. Islami ran into 2. Goal kick for Pancyprians and Levine. Islami, no shot. Same with Emmanuel. Good work by Cedarburg. That was a tackle on 2 players. Moreno. They're just going to keep it, Pancyprians. Diaz. That was a good sight there by Bailan. Again, the captain. Palace. The reset, Gray. Cedarburg. Diaz just touched. Bailan. Moreno. This is great from Pancyprians. Moreno. Early. Golder off the line. Going long. Intercept Bailan, but Richmond still has possession. Guarnera. Emmanuel. Richmond fighting against the clock here. Final 5 minutes. Kepentinovic. Diarra pointing for where he wants it. Keeps it inside. Islami. Favard to shoot! and it just goes over. I think it might have taken a deflection. Referee says no. That's the second time that Richmond has just missed the far upper 90. So close there for Richmond. That was a good move through the middle, though. Gusk. Ruiz way back to the ball. Richmond counter pressing. They don't want to allow Pancyprian out of the corner. They don't. Emmanuel. No one's there in the center. And just a clear from Don Elias. Gornera throw. LaRose. Kepetinovic. Gornera. He's been on that right side really all the second half. Good scene. Islami. Emmanuel. Off the body there of Hainu. Back in for Richmond. Coming to it, Moreno. Kepetinovic. Diarra. Diaz not convincing yet. Favard. Kepetinovic. Facing goal. Diarra. This is good passing. LaRose blocked again. Up. Header. Pancyprians. Kepetinovic from a tight spot, and it slices wide. That was probably the best quick passing sequence, though, for Richmond in the match. Emmanuel down the far touchline. Back in play here. Looking for options. Not yet for Richmond. Gornera. Sadston just got a touch, but too high. Diaz will punch it way up. Moreno on the run. Has Palas with him. Kane shows to Moreno. Makes him make the pass. And Palas is offside. Brought it back for a foul here because there was no flag raised for offside from our linesman assistant here. The referee says foul on Pancyprians, though the flag is there from the VAR assistant. So we'll see what the call is. What the call ended up becoming. Not sure what the call is since Pancyprians has it. If they were already in possession, you could let that go there as they had the ball, and of course not an injury. Don't know if it was offside of something before when Diaz had made the long pass. Gornera fouling. Gornera high for the aerial, and it's last off of his body. Into added time. They'll keep it in the corner here, Pancyprians. Ruiz. Now midfield, Bailan. There's a push. That's frustration from Schnadstein. And now the referee's going to go over. He's got something from the fourth official, or no, the assistant, excuse me. We do have the fourth official as well. They're pointing to something on Pancyprian's bench. And someone just picked up a yellow card. So we've got a couple cards now as the night has gone on. Into the 92nd minute. We'll see if Pancyprians try and score here or just keep the ball. What their decision of play is. Cedarberg, Don Elias. Good feint there by Diaz. Cross. Goes behind. That's the last moment of the match. It's a 2-0 win for Pancyprians. They did their offensive work in the first half. Goalless in the second from both sides. Pancyprians pick up win number 11 for them on the season, and that's their third win in a row. They've been very good now with 7 wins out of the last 8 matches. This will put them at 33 points for Pancyprian. So for another week, they will hold their third position in the table at least. This will put Richmond at 6, 3, and 7 on the season with 6 games left to go for them in this campaign. 2-0 from Staten Island. Pancyprians will have an interview with them in a few moments on their victory.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
So we're back live with Mans Sabo, the goal scorer, the second tonight for Pancyprians in their 2-0 win. So Mans, I'm going to talk to you about that goal there. On the counter, you were right there, kind of went behind the keeper Golder there to end up with the finish. So what were you seeing there, staying in the middle as the ball was coming to you after it was being played up?
Yeah, no, of course, like as a striker, is trying to find, you know, the right position to stand at in the box. Like you never know when the ball arrives within you. I did get a little help on the goal, which I always take, obviously, but you know, I was trying to time it with my wingers and just trying to position myself for you know, a finish if needed.
So that's your first goal with the club. Talk about your experience as you've joined and now been playing with Pancyprians.
No, it's been great. It's my third game, and I think, you know, I get better every game. You know, fitness level is going up, and you know, obviously chemistry with the boys. And yeah, I think we look good today. We didn't have as much possession as we wanted, but we showed that we can play different types of soccer too and get a win. So.
You guys are now 3 wins in a row. I know you've been here for those 3, but and it's 7 of 8 wins in total since then, going back to the first half of the season. What has led to the success for you guys lately as the season's gone on?
No, yeah, of course. I think just working hard. Everything boils down to, you know, work hard, no excuses, play for each other, you know, just be disciplined, and then you're eager to win. That's it.
You guys are now in third. The team has finished top 2 the last 3 years, winning twice. How do you keep this going? Obviously, to keep a good seed going to the playoffs, and then eventually the goal, of course, is to win the playoffs.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, obviously, I don't have a lot of experience here, but you know, it's, from my understanding, it's new groups every year almost. You know, we have the core group, which is fundamental for us. But you know, I'm hungry to succeed. The other new guys are hungry as well, and I know, you know, once you get the taste of success, you know, you don't want to go back to the other side. So yeah.
Yeah. So last one for you. Since it's only been the 3 games, what is the message from the coaching staff been to you in your transition?
No, it's just, you know, it's good talks, open communication. Like they tell me to play my game, you know, trying to get into it as fast as possible, trying to adapt, you know, press hard, and then just play my game, you know, trying to help out in the ways I can. So it's been good.
Okay. Mans, appreciate it. Congratulations on the goal and the win tonight here at Owl Hollow in Staten Island. That'll do it here on Game and Frame. 2-0 win for Pancyprians, and that's it from Owl Hollow.